Hey, in this video we'll take a look at these two French designed knives that I have in my collection. Now I tried using them as an EDC, but they just don't work for me as EDC items, but these are kind of nice knives to have. And the reason why I have these two particular ones is because when I was younger, the trend was going to France and people would bring back some of these knives, and I wanted one, so I've added these recently. So I want to show you a couple of the differences between one of them, or between both of them. So let's start with one that you're more familiar with, which is the Opinel, made in the Savoie region in France, made by Mr. Opinel. So this is a 100-year-old design or so. It's really popular with in the farming community in France because it's a very simple design, very few parts, birch handle, the stainless steel blade, and only recently, I think in the 30s or maybe in the 50s, they added the collar, the safety collar. Before that you didn't have that at all. So thin blade. They've moved on to kitchen knives. You can also find plastic and outdoor kind of designs. So, but this is a light knife, very sharp blade. So note if you have a real one or not. Obviously, Opinel, you got the stamp, the crown in hand. So that are some of the markers to indicate that it is an authentic knife. And the reason why I talk about authentic knives is compared to the next knife, which is the Laguiole knife. And Laguiole refers to, again, the region of France, but it also refers nowadays to the actual design of the knife, which was based on an older Spanish design. And compared to Opinel, there was no attempt to protect the name when they were making the knives. So what you end up with is a lot of knockoffs that are made everywhere: China, Pakistan, Mexico, etc., etc. So when you're looking for a Laguiole, you gotta look out for specific markings if you want the authentic one. So the authentic one is made in Aubrac, and also the real ones are well over $100. This was $25, which that's why I was surprised to get it. I said, oh, I'm surprised the price went down. After looking at the markings or a little closer, it's like, oh, I have a made in Pakistan version of this. So some of the things that that are different is that you'll have the Laguiole, but you also have the L with a circle stamp along with the place name, and you'll have a bull's head clearly stamped. So that is the authentic stamp. And also this is a 440 steel. I believe they use a little bit better steel for their knives. And the big things on the spine, one of the characteristics of the knife is that the B, or the fly, is a one piece with the spine. This looks to be soldered on. Also, the detail is a little bit more intricate, and the same thing with the spine. If you take a look at the authentic ones, they are innately detailed craftsmanship for sure. And also you get the inlay pins, so that the story goes, the farmers or sheep herders, if they couldn't make it to church, they would plant this in the ground or on their bread and see the sign of the cross, and they would do their prayers that way. But I do want to get my hands on an authentic one though. Anyway, put down in the comments if you have these knives, or a version of the Laguiole, or if you have an Opinel knife placed nearby. And got some tulip wood, and I just made my own scales here. Did a lot of mistakes along the way, but overall I'm kind of happy with the results. Way more comfortable now, and I just glued the pieces together, so it's nothing